Welcome back to Good Morning Tobago on Tobago Updates. Well, viewers, like I said, we are continuing our conversations in terms of tourism, and we are being joined by the newly elected president of the Tobago Tourism and Hotel Association, Mr. Alpha Lorde. Good morning and welcome to you. Congratulations on your new post.
Good morning. Thanks for having me here.
All right, so can you guys give us an idea of what this new board looks like? Because I mean, we've had Mr. Chris James for quite a while, perhaps over a decade, and then he has done some amazing work. They're leading the organization, but now there is a change.
Yes, there is a change. We have a lot of, well, not a lot, but we have some new members who have been members of the association for a long time, who've just now offered themselves up, just like myself, to actively take the association and the industry to the next stage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we're certainly looking forward for that. Now, what are some of the ways forward? What are some of the plans that you guys have or the visions that you guys have for taking the industry forward?
Well, I would say not plans specifically just yet, but things we would like to work on. We definitely like to see some more airlift coming into Tobago. We definitely want to work closer with institutes like the Tobago Hotel Institute towards developing the staffing and the talent on the island towards helping the industry in a much better and a broader comprehensive manner. So things like that we'd like to work on in the first instance.
Good, certainly. I know, we got some information from TTHA regarding the hotel occupancy for Carnival. Now, it was at roughly around 65%.
Yeah.
What else can you add to that data as to, just that occupancy rate that we experienced? I mean, Carnival, we expect it to be all booked out, but it was not.
Well, Carnival has not been a booked out period consistently for a number of years. We're actually seeing an increase in the numbers. So we're going in the right direction. I think coming back from 2 years post-COVID, people just expected it to just bounce right back. People would get excited that they could get together or go out and do things. And persons are still taking cautious steps as to how and where they interact. I know sometimes we don't actually see it out there because you see everybody out there. But no, I think for the hotels, people are still taking steps as to determine, okay, do I want to be here? Do I not want to be here? So we've seen an increase. It's at 65%. And we think continuously will improve. As well as with this past weekend on here, I think some hotels would have seen a larger occupancy from the persons who would have been in Trinidad for Carnival and came over for the weekend. So I think when you add both weekends up, which is the Carnival and post-Carnival weekend, I think the hotels on the island and even the smaller guest houses would have seen an increase in their numbers, probably closer to what the 2020 and 2019 numbers were looking like, which is a positive thing.
Okay. What do you think that, policymakers need to consider to make sure that there is enough people on our island for Carnival?
Which Carnival? October?
Well, let's go with the February Carnival, because we know October Carnival. I mean, last October Carnival was great, right? There was quite a lot of people here on the island, but I mean, because we know that there's always that issue with the national carnival, because you can't take away Port of Spain is going to win every day. But what are some of the things that we can do to help the industry?
Well, I think from a policy perspective, I think what they've done by moving the carnival to Tobago is a big thing, right? That will give Tobago its space to actually flourish and not stand in Port of Spain's shadow. That being said, in terms of February, what can be done to develop February from an occupancy or just a visitor perspective is really more focused on what TTHA is focused on, is developing Tobago tourism product. And I think they're working in that direction already. And we're here now to just continue supporting them. Because if you just kind of isolate Carnival for what Carnival is, Tobago will always stand in Port of Spain's shadow in February. So I think moving it to October from a policy position is a thing that allows Tobago Carnival to flourish. And from a February perspective, it's just really working on more of what the different niche markets are looking for at that point in time to develop Tobago.
Certainly. And then, looking forward to the year, like what is the association predicting for this year? Because we know that 2022 was, that recovery period. And of course, it didn't do so well because of just all the factors, COVID-19 being one of the latest places to open the back up its borders and that sort of thing. What is 2023 looking like?
Well, the recovery continues. Some places are moving faster than others. And when I say places now, not just within the, other destinations, but demographics within Tobago. So the villa market would have exploded during COVID and went forward a little faster.
Mm.
The smaller hotels are also moving forward. So the larger properties are now finding them steps. Most of their visitor arrivals come from beyond our shores. So we have to continue working with the international operators to re-encourage persons to come back to Tobago. Most of our market is a long-haul market, meaning persons are coming from very far destinations,
Yes.
right? And the cost of doing that and the economic situations in those various countries will also play a part in how quickly they get back to Tobago, right? So I think what we continue to do right now is stay focused on the WTMs, the ITBs, and the individual meetings that we're doing with our international partners, the collective work the Hotel Association is doing with TTHA and the division to move Tobago as a brand forward. And I think 2023 will see a continued increase in visitor arrivals. We will see more airlift. I'm looking forward to us having a deeper conversation on that and seeing some results. And once we see more airlift, I expect that we'll see more people on the island.
What are some of the other expectations that you guys are hoping for at ITB? Because I know you guys will have representation there as well.
Yes. Well, so the German market, I would say maybe 2019, 2018 was the last time we had some serious involvement there, obviously, with everything being closed. So this is our first time back for quite a number of years. And I think, one, we want to definitely reestablish old contacts, kind of forge the relationships. And two, I think from the winter of this year to see an increase in the number of persons coming out of the German market would definitely be a thing. I think the Scandinavian market, that also provides a gateway. So I think focused wise, those are the things that we're looking at. Definitely seeing the numbers increase, right, and rebuilding the relationships.
All right. And then, just looking at some of the things that you really want to see in terms of the marketing of Tobago, because we've been having this conversation about, how do we market Tobago, the product that we sell. As you step now into this role, what are your views on, how we should handle the marketing of the island and the product that we sell?
So Tobago is many things to many people.
Yes.
But you can't be all things to everyone, right? I think marketing Tobago at this point in time has to be focused on the unique things directly related to Tobago. The agency has Tobago Beyond 101 Reasons, and there's literally 101 reasons. We have the dive sector that is growing fantastically. Sean Robinson and his team and all the other dive operators seeing improvements. So I think that's one area that can be worked on or continue to be worked on. But we have a number of different things. Our Flora Fauna, I went out with a team, a delegation to the Rutland Bird Show last year, and I was so impressed to see the amount of persons definitely interested in Tobago. So I think birding is a big thing that we need to continue to work on. The market is humongous, and I think it's a high net worth market as well. So you'll see plenty positives to Tobago for the bird watchers continuing to come. And there are a number of other areas. I think that, we quite often look at the sun, sea, sand kind of leisure tourists. And yes, they present a large amount of persons, but we have a lot of other things in Tobago. And Tobago is an soft eco adventure tourism destination is also a thing I would like us to see enhance some more.
No, and we just had the handing over of the Manta Lodge Hotel in Speyside. How much would that be incorporated into the product? And I know the THA is also looking for a manager that hotel has to be operationalized, and hopefully by somebody in the private sector. Is there room for any of your membership now to step in there?
Well, there's always room for more product. The destination needs more hotel beds. It has product in that the northeastern coast of the island that has to be explored some more. So Manta Lodge is in the perfect location for it. So I'm sure someone will take the opportunity soon enough to operate it.
Great. And then what about in terms of the digitization of our hoteliers and small guest house owners and that sort of thing? Because we know that's a concern. I mean, we are in a world right now that's so much of it is online. How are you working to get all their members on board and to improve their digital footprint?
So that for the last couple of years, that's something that the association, while I was a member of the association, not on the board specifically, I know the association has been working on. The My Tobago line gives a number of the hoteliers an opportunity to create a digital presence, but individually, hotels also have to make that shift for themselves and get into the digital space that would allow them to connect with, which is most of the travelers right now. Everybody's doing something from the palm of their hands, right? Yeah, so I think over the next remainder of my term for the next 2 years, I'm hoping to work with, I would say, the smaller properties towards getting them digitized as well.
What about in terms of, getting Caribbean Airlines and and the ferries more aboard with what is needed for Tobago? Because this is the bit. I mean, Mr. Chris James has, I don't know, complained exhaustively about this issue. I mean, we live it every day as Tobagonians, and it creates a bigger problem for our visitors looking to come here, who are often discouraged. They can get to Trinidad, but they can't get to Tobago.
Well, what I would say on that topic, as the association, we would continue to work with CAL to ensure that the air bridge between Trinidad and Tobago works a little smoother. But I think that's something way beyond the association remit to just effect or make work. Right? But we would work with all the stakeholders involved. We would continue to press our conversation. And as I started off saying, airlift, 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 that's what matters. Yes. And it's not just airlift getting into Tobago from international, it's airlift getting into Tobago from Trinidad as well. Right? So we'll continue to press our conversation in that manner.
Certainly, and well, viewers, we're getting ready to wrap this conversation, but I just want to give you, Mr. Lorde, just a minute to speak to Tobago about just the way that you guys want to take tourism forward and want to improve the sector.
Well, what we would like to do as a hotel association is really support the policy perspectives of the government and work with TTHA. Right? From an individual hotel to hotel perspective, we would like to see hotels continue to develop their product, because that is absolutely important, because regardless of government policy, persons that are traveling and coming to a destination, they would like to stay in a proper product. So from a hotel association perspective, I want to continue to work with the members to develop our product, take it to another level. Coming out of COVID would have been difficult. So now is the opportunity to kind of say, okay, all right, we've had the first year. What are the things that we need to continue doing? What are some of the things we did that doesn't work, right? And what's some technology that we can bring to the forefront to help?
All right, great. All right, John, we're looking forward for more conversations as he gets more into the role of President of the Tobago Hotel and Tourism Association. Thank you again, Mr. Lorde. Congratulations. And this is a conversation that will be continued as the days and weeks and months go ahead. All right, viewers, so please don't go anywhere. We have a lot more coming up for you after the break.
Wake up with Candace and Denise. Let's go. It's a brand